Why hello everyone, and today is my first ever video with proper audio. That's absolute crap most likely, but hey, that's alright. You get to hear my voice, my ugly voice. It sounds probably like a rat. But anywho, today I'll be making a Blender tutorial on how to make a dinosaur. Now this process will work with pretty much any other dinosaur you make, no matter what dinosaur it is. And let's get right into it. Today I'll be making Dinosaurus. Beautiful creature. So, alright, let's start. So, for image, take any image you want, just drag it in, plop it into the system, and there you go. You usually line up on whether axis that is, whichever one. You start with a cube. You usually start out with these two little things outside, just delete those. By highlighting them, pressing X, vertices, whatever, delete. There you go. Alright, to start, usually I bring my cube up around the chest area, near the arms, right about here, just around the arm, shoulder blades. Probably the only bone I know. I have all of these, from the skull, of course, and all that crap. Alright, to start, make sure it's closer in. To start, you want to click on your cube, press Tab. So all these little points come with little vertices. I want to press either Control or Command R, works for either button, and it will add a vertice. Usually, just want to leave it in the center, but it's fine. So it's right down the middle. Then you want to click the side closest. You want to highlight the face closest to the image. Press X, and have this list here of everything that you can delete. You just want to click on vertices, and it'll remove half the cube. Next, you want to click square again. You want to come over here to this little blue wrench. And you want to go Add Modifier, have Modify, Generate, Deform, and Simulate. You want to go to Generate, come down, and click Mirror. It'll add a new side of the cube. It'll mirror what you do to this side. But first you want to add Clipping, and you want to add On Cage, so then it adds the dots on the other side as well. Now if you do it on the other axes and it's inside itself, just click Y and click off of X and you should be fine. Then from here, come off to the side, back up a little bit, usually around here is fine. And want to press Alt-Z so you can see through it. And then from here is when you start shaping. So usually for larger carnivores, you usually have about 4 different sections along it. You'll see in a bit. But first, usually for any dinosaur really, you do not have to worry about this little indent being so perfect. It's fine if it comes up through here like this. I'll show you in a bit. Just bring up the vertices around the neck area, make sure it's lined up. Then bring the bottom up, usually around here to the furthest out part of the chest. Bring up both vertices up. You want to make sure, try to get this into a straight line if you can. Usually helps later on. And then for the back, you want to pull this up, probably around midway around the back. Just pull this down as well on the bottom. For now, it's fine if this isn't covered. You can always add more vertices later. Bring this up, and do not worry. Whatever you do to this side, do the other. So these two interact at the same time. However, you do have to move the middle vertices separately, which can be a little tedious, but you could probably highlight all of them and just press G and up. You should probably do that some of the time. Anywho, just try and make it as flat as you can for both sides. Scroll over, Alt-Z, so you can see through it. Highlight it so this end of the cube, shape whatever, is highlighted. You want to press E to extrude. So for this guy, probably have actually around 5. So bring it to around here because I have at least some markings, or yeah. So up here, just bring this up, shape it out, it's a little bit more. As you can see here, I did not bring this down far enough. There we go. So again, it's fine if it's not round at first. Just always fix it later on in the process. Again, do the same thing. Press E to extrude. Come to about around here near the clavicula. Let's see how to pronounce it. It's a slightly larger section, which is alright. And just line it up as best as you can. Maybe should have done a few more sections, but that's alright. Actually, I'm going to do it. To do that, press Control Z. It'll undo your steps. Just don't spam it, or else you'll completely undo everything. So let's not say we did. Probably about. How about we bring it to about halfway along the hip? Yeah, that's alright. Yeah. Bring it to around there. Then just keep doing this. Probably bring it to around here. Also want to make sure that do not have any extra vertices when you highlight, because if you do, you have to go back and restart. You'll know you have extra vertices if the line is darker than it is here, and you'll get a thinner line coming out if you pull on any vertice. Alright, now for the tail. So I've got rough shape of that line of the body. Probably add one more vertice, one more little rectangle here. Add these. And I messed up. If I mess up, just do that. Make sure you're not highlighting anything else, because it'll do that to you. Back to Alt C or Option Z. Make sure you're off that mode. Press out, bring it in, and then just line up with the outline roughly. It's not perfect right now. Yeah, that's fine. If you hear a humming background, it's my crappy PC. Alright, now for the tail. Again, you want to extrude, but you want to do one long section. That's a little bit longer than tail at the end, you can see there. Keep it highlighted. Want to highlight it so the whole section covering pretty much the tail is highlighted. Want to press Command R so vertice pops up. And if you're using a mouse, you want to scroll towards yourself, and you can add multiple vertices at once. So for Kakara, for this guy, we'll probably have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we'll have 10. That seems about right. Yeah, that's fine. And then again, like you did with the body, just line them up with the outline of the skeletal image. And just for any image, just go on Google, whatever, simple as that. Make sure it's up to date or semi-accurate. This is just fine, though some other people might beg to differ. I'll pull this down and just shaping it, get it close to the shape of the skeleton of the image. Now there's probably a quicker way to do this, but this is just how I do it. I mean, I could press C, press G. Yeah, I'll just do that. Just press C, and C is, to get this little circle, you press C to highlight it all. And then to move it all at once, press G, and can make your life just a tad bit easier. C, press G, up, press C, right click G, and up, C, G, up. Probably the best idea for it to be top. Hold on a sec. Let's see what happens. Press G, pull up. C, highlight, G, pull up, and then just do this over and over. And for the tip of the tail, just bring all the vertices up to 1 point. So it looks like they're in 1 point. And there you go. Doesn't have to be exact. Now for the top, before we get to the top, you should at least have some outline of the tail and the shape inside. As you can see, I have my sections along here. Now for the top, most of the time you won't have these vertices out on the side like this. They should be in line with the top ones underneath. And it's fine if the tail looks like a fin or a whale tail, whatever. Completely fine. For this, just want to go underneath, just pull them in, just sort it out. I'd press Option Z so you can see through it, and just line them all up. Want to make sure you're kind of on top of the line. Just go through, make sure they're somewhat even, it doesn't have to be exact. Usually better though, if they are. Now for the main body, it doesn't matter as much. But just to keep consistency, we'll do it. Now this will be nowhere near the best tutorial, but that's alright. Down. It's fine if it's not the same thickness all the way through just yet. In the main body. Sorry, I pressed tab there. Alright, so now from the bottom should be fairly even here. Should all look sort of flat. And then to get more natural look to the tail, where it's thin and pointed, you want to Alt Z, highlight all the points by pressing C and going all over each one. Then usually for this, I'll press G and just bring them in. They'll go up and down a little bit, but if you take your time, it doesn't really matter. And usually when shaping out the tail from the top, you want to go over it multiple times, at least twice. Because sometimes if you close it all in at once, the tip of the tail, it can make it a little harder shaping out. Because the vertices will overlap each other, squish each other, it will be all messed up. You don't want that. So you bring them in, and just slowly from the shape of the tail, and it gradually gets thicker and wider. Gradually gets wider as you get to the base of the body. Or base of the tail, I should say. And it's fine if I drag it down a bit. It doesn't really matter too much. There's probably a quicker way to this. And there are other tutorials I've seen that do this much quicker, but the way I do it just adds a little more to it, I guess. Just makes it easier. Make sure you count the vertices. 6, 7, so I have 3 more to do. 8, 9. So this is the 10th one, so there should be 1, 2, yeah. go back to the tail, press C, highlight, G, pull them all in together. That nice tip of the tail. Usually you don't want too thin, or else you can't mess with the vertices. The very tip of the tail, it's fine. The rest of the vertices want available. And then just go back over it, make it a little skinnier. Looks a little more natural. Just make sure it gradually gets thicker towards the base of the tail. Could be touched up a little bit more, but if I press Option Z or Alt Z, same for me on my keyboard, should get something similar to this. You can see the sides slowly come in together, and you can't see the sides at all, and then the tip of the tail. Should look similar to this in a way. Again, this works on any other dinosaur. Just have to execute it differently when it comes to shaping. Other than that, now for the tip of the tail, if it looks like this, you just want to pull the vertices down to one. And just bring them all together. Now near the end, once you have it fully shaped out and everything, you want to highlight it, press Option M, and you will come up with the merge. You want to do at center, and it'll turn all these vertices into one point. But you do not want to do that in the beginning like this, or else you cannot add vertices along the side. Now I'm going to go back to the tail. Just make sure, usually you don't have to be as organized as I do it when I make it neat, but just go back, straighten out the lines a little bit. Just makes it so it's a little easier to work with and go back to it. I just find it nicer to work with. Let's come back later and change the tail up. Even add more vertices to it. You can see it's not the best, it's a little off in thickness around here. Always drag that in a little bit. Note you do not want to drag in from this side. I'm dragging inwards on my mouse right now, but it's doing the opposite. So whatever you do on this side will do the opposite of what you do with your mouse. So always want to work on the side opposite of the image and of the mirrored side. Let's pull this out a bit. I'm missing a slight bit. Should be fine for now. Might just bring these in a little bit. Just bring the top vertices in a bit. Just looks a little nicer. We'll have to straighten them out. That's not too much. Go back over, just pull the lines down a little bit. Straighten them out a bit. Down a slight bit. Pull the middle one forward. There you go. Got the tail all done for now, and the base, the main body. Now it's just going to be a basic outline. It doesn't have to be perfect around the body, as you can see here. Always can come back, change it later. Oh, and for moving around, you want to press Shift and press down either on, you want to press down if you have a mouse on the cursor if it clicks, so you can press down on it and just move around and look around. You cannot do anything with the right click button, right click, whatever hell it is. probably bring this up a little bit. There we go. I'll probably just make this a little wider, just so it's, yeah, there we go. Make this also a little wider. You want it somewhat more consistent throughout the whole thing. Like, this is very simple basics of shaping it out. This here, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it limits how much you can zoom in a certain spot. I could be completely wrong though, so don't take that full for word. Now we'll start with the neck on this guy. It's a little skinny, so I'll just make it a little thicker later. But for now, I want to try to stick to the outline of it. So again, to extrude, just press E and pull your mouse out. And you want this section around the neck a little smaller. And then again, just drag up the vertices into where the positions around the outline of the model. Now this here, I'm not going to fill in. I'm not going to add any vertices that points inwards, so it gets this perfect shape here. No. My first ever time tried doing that, looked like shit. So just don't try it. It'll mess everything up. It'll form a triangle or a very awkward rectangle. So do not want that. Usually want to keep this here. Alright. Extrude again. Yeah, about here is fine. G, pull it up. G and pull it again. Yeah, that's pretty good. More. Around there. That's fine. Yeah, that's good. Again, for highlighting, press C, pull up the little circle, and press G, and just move up. C again, just click out of it, and then G, pull down. Now, it's fine if it's just very straight lines as right now. You can always go back and more vertices. For this guy, I'm going to add like a little neck pouch to it, so it doesn't look as ridiculous. It's not the best image, but it's alright. Now for the head, you cannot do that until we split it. A whole vertice down the side here. That's what you do for that. And so you get the right thickness of the jaw at the bottom and top jaw. Want to do either Control or Command R for another vertice. Pop up this yellow line. Want to click and then drag it down to around where the jawline is, the very back of it, and it's fine if it's not dead center on the body or anywhere else as long. The head is about the thickness of the bottom and top jaw, should be fine. This guy's a little tougher because his head's at an angle, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. Well, and it should look like this so far. I think the thickness of the neck's fine. I'll fix it a little bit, but you should have by now a tail, body, and neck basic shaping and outlining. Vertice down the middle from the top view. Didn't mean to do that. Vertice going through the middle to the side, somewhat of the middle. The vertices also help with shaping later on. After you get the basic shapes, pull it out, make it rounder and thicker, skinnier, whatever. And to undo it, again, Control Z. Right now, for the head, and I think it actually got a little wider near the end here, which is just fine. I'm going to want to highlight top half first. Alt Z. I'm going to press E for extrude again. And out there. Yeah, that's fine. So C again, and then G just to drag, bring it to around there. And for the head, for the tip, you want to try to get as close as possible, and then usually you can shape it out afterwards. Press G, pull it back down, and about there is fine. We'll start shaping it in a bit. And then for the bottom jaw, you'll do the same thing. Make sure. There we go. There we go. All right. Yep, that's fine. Excuse me. And then you just want to highlight the bottom. Control Option Z, not Control. Press Extrude. Here you want to press. Don't mind that. Want to press. So extrude it. You want to press S. No. Alright, forget all I just said right there. It was absolute nonsense. Oh, really quick. See how this line is it's looking a little wonky from this line? It's because there's extra vertices. You do not want that. You want to look out for that. So I'll just Control Z, because I highlighted it twice. It'll, for some odd reason, do that. Blender should get onto that. So for this, extrude, pull out, and then G, and bring it down. And it'll be a little off at first, but just highlight, press G again, pull down, press G again, pull forward, and you should have a pretty basic outline of the bottom and top jaw. Just down a bit more. That's fine for now. So you should get very simple, very simple shape of the head, overall body in general. The tail will be a little more finalized in the beginning. Other than that, not too much. This is a little annoying, so I'll deal with it later. Now for thickness of the head, I think we'll. Oh, and if you're in highlight mode, if you press C and you click something, if you left click it, and again, if you have cursor on your mouse that clicks, just click it again and it'll unhighlight it. Right, so want to do it from this side, bring it inwards, do the same for the top. And you get that much more nicer looking narrow shape to the skull. For the bottom, I think I can just bring it inwards. Yeah, I can somewhat. Just do the bottom. For now, that's fine. I'll probably actually go this mode. Just make the head a little skinnier from the back. Yeah, that's alright. That's completely fine. Highlight again, just make it a little skinnier. I'll come back and shape it out better. Just fix it up, touch it up, everything. Alright. Now got very simple shape. Now, usually after this point, when it comes to shaping out the rest of the body, I usually start with the head and work my way backwards. And usually I do the tail later because it's normally fine at first. I usually do from the head to the end of the body before the base of the tail. And I usually shape it all out there first. So start with the head. Press Alt-Z. want to bring your camera over so that these vertices are, you can see the vertices from straight on, and it's just a straight line, pretty much. Want to do Command R and scroll. Probably have, yeah, I don't know, start out with 6 vertices. How about that? It will also change on the route. Depending on what the shape of the skull and how large it is, you don't need as many vertices when you first start shaping it. But just bring it up. I'll try to get pretty accurate with it. Move your camera up. And if you're looking at it like this and it's over the outline, that's completely fine as long as you look at it from the side and the line, you can't see the other line behind the first one, and it's exactly on the edge of that line of the picture, it's fine. If I'm saying anything that's really confusing, it's my bad. I can say crap that does not make any sense at all. It is hard to understand. Just go through, bring the vertices up. A bit more. There you go. So now, got a much better looking head. Much better looking. Much better looking head. Do the same for the bottom. Command R or Control R. Probably do 7 for now. I normally don't do 7 because it's just a little hard to see. But just for now, so I have to bring this out a little bit. Is it really doing this? Okay. I might be deceiving myself. Do not know. There we go. Here, I want to try and leave the teeth. Hold on a sec, I'll make sure I'm not doing this wrong. Let me get the outline back here first. A little more suitable. Now I'd be doing this a little better if it wasn't midnight. But that's alright. Alright, pull this up. I'm going to be quiet for a bit here. Just want to get this organized and fixed up. Let's grab the bottom part of it off. Just bring this down a bit. Smidge bit, very little. really doing that with the top one there. Okay. Should just left this how it was. Stop clicking. You make sure you're not clicking the highlights the top at the same time. Yeah, I should have just left this before. And then okay, just bring it back. I'm really quiet just because I'm focusing here. And if I'm really quiet, it's just because I'm getting tired. We'll have to bring the audio up. There we go. Down a bit. Bring this back up. Here. This is like really boring. I'm sorry. Just really trying to focus here. That's better. See, this is why I don't do as many when I first do the bottom jaw, or any part really, because it makes it harder to see the outline of the image. Alright, that should be fine for now. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, I'll fix it. Bring this down a little bit, and this. Bring this down. Here. I'll fix this one a little bit. Those two look a little janked up. Choose not that. There we go. Alright. That's better. Way better. Alright. So now you have, after shaping out the head, the shape of your head should be similar to the outline. See, this is okay, because when I come up to the top, no, hold on, give me a second. But these lines, if you look at them from the side, should be very close to the edge, the outline of the image. I'm sorry, I'm going back so much. I'm just what you get for making a video at midnight, you know? Yeah, pretty good. And I'm not going to be one of those people that's always going to ask for subscribers and crap. No, this is kind of my own time stuff, Just his channel. Don't do too much with it. Only if I have something I really want to show, I'll ever do something with it. Alright, put this down again. I know, I'm killing myself here, just going back and doing all this crap again, but you can see there, I highlighted that when I didn't want to. Oh boy. I'm probably gonna have someone's gonna comment. Just leave it where it is. But you gotta oh boy, you just gotta, gotta do what you gotta do. Oh boy. This is gonna be a pretty crappy video when it goes up. Top quality, 10 out of 10. Alright, I'm just gonna leave it there for now. Not awesome. Freaking Josh. It's bugging me. Probably bring this vertice back a little bit more. There, alright. Alright, that's where it's staying for right now. Not touching it anymore. Alright. So by now, I know this is taking way longer than other tutorials I've seen. But let's just, you could still get a good dinosaur by doing it quicker, but this just adds a little more to it. Makes it even nicer if you do it a little slower. But here, it should have very rough and basic shape of the body and head and neck and everything. Now usually at this point, when it comes to the head, if you want to get where it's hollow and everything inside of the mouth, just pull the inside the middle vertices here down. You'll be fine. Just drag these down. Okay. Hollows in the mouth. And for the top, just push them upwards. Not that, leave that alone. After this little divot here is fine. This skull is actually one of the harder ones I've done so far. Just because there's all the curves in it around the inside of the mouth. It's like, jeez. And now realizing this is all one freaking straight line. I get for making videos so late. So, how's the voice? Isn't it great? I know it sounds like a rat. Or a rat. That's fine for now. Leave it at that. Just bring this down a little bit so it's a little nicer looking. Now to the top of the skull, usually I add more vertices, but since I added so many, do not need any more actually. I'll probably add more later for later shaping, but for now, for like beginning of the basics of the shape, completely fine. Yeah, that's fine for now. These vertices I'm dragging right now are the ones that give the inside of the mouth a deep look to it, so it's just more hollow. Right, here I'll use the merge, so let me highlight that one vertice back there. It would be great. zoom in a little bit. Oh, that's why. I'll actually just bring these out. There we go. Yeah, you want to do it until you just want to pull these up until you get to the back where the throat is. Did I really add multiple? Okay, no, it's just because they're so close to each other. Alright, I think for right here, just gonna pull these two up. And this is where the Alt-M comes in. So you highlight two vertices, press Alt-M, just click at center, and now they're one vertice. Or one point, I should say. This little skin flap here, gum flap, whatever you call it, will be done later, as well as the teeth. I actually have never done teeth yet. So that's gonna... I might leave a link below in the description for my reference, or my idea that I got from, and it's also how I learned how to start modeling anyways on Blender. Can you even consider it modeling? I don't think it's called modeling. Other than that, it's pretty good for right now. Alright, I think for right now, leave it there. And I will, actually, hold on. Let's finish up the shape of the main body first, actually, and then I'll wrap it up. Alright. So for here, just add another vertice. Just pull it down. I'm actually going to pull these up, because they are not fine enough at all. This guy's a little bit more of pain, but it's not too bad. Yeah, that's better. Alright. So for like this little divot here, I do want to get that filled in, so I'll just add another vertice. Drag this down a bit. Do the same thing here. See, that's annoying. It will highlight it when you don't want it to. That's just because you right click. Over here is fine. Back here, get all these little lumps here. Little bumps. Bumpy bumps. So I'm making this for pretty much everyone. And if you're just really a person that wants to try it out, this video probably won't be the best one. And I probably talked a little too softly for most of it. You'll have to turn up your volume very loud, most likely. Then you'll probably hear my computer here humming. But other than that, it's all good. Bring this down. Yes, okay. Jeez, okay. I'll try get it so it's a straight line. I'm going up like this. There we go. This will all be rounded up later on. Much more defined. I got one more here. So I adding probably a few too many a little early, but like that's alright. I'll bring it to there, yeah, that's fine. I usually try to keep all vertices as straight as possible at first, and then later on, that's fine if they're at different angles and everything. But you usually try to keep it a solid straight line for most of the part. Just trying to keep it neat. Just makes it easier to work with. Alright. I think, yeah, that's fine for now. Actually, before I leave, add vertices just along the body here. Usually you want, if you're looking at it from the side, you want at least 6. So 1, 2. Make sure they're all roughly the same size. This one's going to be a little off. A little there. That's alright. There. And there you go. Alright. So the end of this tutorial, you should have the ref, you should have around here. You should have something similar to this. Yes. In the next part of this tutorial, we'll do more of the shaping, how thick it is around the neck and the head, the rest of the body. The tail's fine, might have to change it a little bit afterwards, but other than that. Also start on the legs and the hands, not the hands but the arms. Also do more shaping of the head, the neck and the body and the tail. And then the third part should be the claws and the fingers and the toes and the teeth, as well as like the eye and the nostril and possible bony ridge. But yes, this is part 1 of this tutorial on how to make Dinosaur in Blender. Remember, this process works for pretty much any other dinosaur. You're just changing the shape of what dinosaur it is pretty much. I'm not going to ask for any subscribers or anything. You do not have to do that. I'm not going to be a greedy bugger. I don't want to be that, no. Sorry for the weird accent if it freaks you out. But yes, and I'll try, if this is really low audio, I'll try to make it louder next time. But other than that, this is the one of many Raptor X's on YouTube and the internet. I'll be seeing you later. Goodbye, people.